What's good, everybody? What's good? We are back in the building, man. We back. We back. Thank y'all. I love all the powers. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I love it. Hey, it's you got Mill, man, and we back, man, for part two of how did I get started in business? Answering questions. Got a lot of questions, So, um, we're gonna try to get as many. We might have to do a part three, but we're gonna knock out as many questions as we can, get as many answers in, um, to let y'all know what we got going on, man. So as always, welcome to the I Am Mailman. Let's talk about it podcast. As you listening to my voice on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, thank you. If you watching my videos on YouTube or Facebook, thank you. Um, Thank you. I just want to just tell y'all thank you. I appreciate you for watching. Tune in, leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Everything in between. You know what I'm saying? We love it. So check us out. It's super dope. Again, I love to talk. So it's what I do. It's fun to me. It's fun just to talk and sit in front of this camera and share my opinions. Not saying that my opinions are always right, and I know everything. I'm just telling you my experiences, the way I feel, some of the things I've been through, and how I got to where I'm at, and so forth on. So, and this is one of my business chronicles, just talking to y'all about the business, about business world, my differences and things that I have learned over the years, and so forth on. So that's kind of what this whole purpose of what I'm doing is. So let's get into it without further ado. Let's go ahead. Oh! I can't jump in too far. I had to always remember. What did you do great today? Accomplish? Who did you cut off from your life or add? Either one. Either one. What did you do out of them, man? You know, and it's basically saying what was great, what was a step forward today in your life for you, whatever that step forward may be. What was it? That's what I'm asking you. So, today's Sunday. What today is the 14th. When we had the day, I just been running out there today. I had to take my daughter to work. It's my kid's little brother birthday today, so I went and got him his first cell phone. He turned 10 today, and I bought him a cell phone so he can have a phone. And he done called me already about 6, 7 times since he done got this phone. Do y'all know about these Robux or Rebucks or Roblox or I don't know what it is, something on Xbox, man. He didn't call me like 6, 7 times trying to get some Rebucks or Roblox on the Xbox. Like, bruh, I done bought you the phone and now you blowing up my phone about some Rebucks. But it's cool. It's good, man. Good kid. So hey, I'm glad he was able to get something for his birthday that he wanted. I asked him what he wanted. He said he wanted a phone. So I went and got him a phone, got him a brand new T-Mobile phone. So we good to go now. But that was a good thing. That's was why day was exciting. And been ripping and running trying to get stuff done, especially the paperwork. And then get this live in so I could go ahead and get this recorded and get this out to y'all. So that was my good thing that I had to happen with me today. Leave in the comments what happened for y'all today. What was that accomplishment that what was great that happened in your life today? Who did you cut off? Ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, somebody you just met on a chat line and they was talking crazy, or just who did you cut off? That's what I want to know. What did you do different in your life? So let's jump on into it. Let's jump right on into it and get to these questions. We got a good one. Are customers always right? Ooh. Man, no. No, they're not. That's point blank period. I don't care. I'm a business owner. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Customers are not always right. And a lot of people probably just watching my show been that customer that know they was wrong. No, they was wrong, but they wanted to get something to get over. If you felt like you could get over on that person, you try to squeeze it out. But in my opinion, no, customers are not always right. That's just life. Nobody in life is always right. If that person was always right, then bruh, they must be God, they him or herself. Because how you always right? No, it doesn't work that way. And see what they have done is big corporations have placed this into this false narrative into customers' head, thing saying that customers are always right to keep the customer spending money. But customers should already see that that ain't that narrative. It's never been true. Yeah, go steal something, see what they do. Because if you was always right, you should be like, well, hey, I had the right to take it. And they say, you know what, we ain't gonna press charges because customers are always right. You're right. You should have been able to steal that because you was hungry. You're right. You should have been able to take that out the store because your child needed. Since customers is always right. So, in my opinion, that never been factual. Do something in the store, and the customer you want, it ain't always damn right. Shit, that caught up. Look at that lady, that elderly lady they just had to fire. Go online, 71-year-old elderly lady went inside Walmart and they said that I think she had dementia and she had forgot to pay for her stuff. It was $13.88, I think it was. And it was just a little bit under $14 worth of stuff. And they said she forgot to take her stuff, and then they took it. And then when she was gonna want to pay, they said Walmart didn't want to take the money. So they called the police on her, and police came and broke the lady's shoulder and broke. I think if you watch the video, you hear when it popped. Doctor, oh man, what is his name? Let me see. I'm gonna tell you what the video is at. Let me see how can I put it in the comments. Maybe I can put it in the comments. I want y'all to see this to show you that customers are not always right. They sell you that false narrative. That was a good question. That was a very good question. Whoever sent me that question, because I don't know why people have this narrative. Well, I know why they have the narrative. I know why they have it because it's been marketed. So I guess I should say I don't know why they market that when they already know that it's not the way that they put it out there to the world. That is definitely not what it is. I'm trying to give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry, especially for those that's listening. My apologies. I'm trying to find out what it is called so I can tell y'all where to go look at this video. I just seen it, and when I just read that question, it just came in my head. When I read the questions about our customers, I always right that this video just popped in my head, and I just watched it yesterday, so that's why I kind of want to just tell y'all where to go look at it, and just to see why for one reason, I'm gonna tell y'all another reason why customers are not always right, but this is just show you that that was a lie from the beginning. And just think about how many people that went to jail for stealing out of the store, but the customer was supposed to be right. All right, y'all can go on YouTube and look up Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Just look up his name, Dr. Rashad Ritchie. He had did an update on the story. It was he did an update on this story 3 days ago. Cop charged for not stopping brutality against elderly women. If y'all want to go on there and just check that story out. Again, like I say, Dr. Rashad Ritchie. I follow him on YouTube. This guy has he has some great content that he be putting out on YouTube, talking about like all the things that's going on in the world, like out of the BS and bullshit. Very, very great channel. I think y'all would like him if y'all watching. But go watch his channel. Watch that one. The cop charged for not stopping brutality against elderly women. And this is all about stealing. And this is just come time to this question about is customers always right? Because this will show you that no company think that customer is always right. So just when y'all get a chance to watch that, check that out. Now back to my opinion why customers are not always right. Because customers think you can make an agreement with a customer and you can tell it's best to always get it in writing. Always put everything that you're doing for a customer in writing. because that protects you and that protects the customer. It's great to be that way. It's much more organized. Everybody's on the same page. Nobody is disagreeing because you have something to go back to to fact check. So it's no there's no assuming, there's no guessing, there's no misunderstanding because even if it is a misunderstanding, you have something to go back to say, hey, look, here's what we agreed to, da da da. It kind of nips everything in the bud, and that way, hey, if we need to alter something, if the price is different, or we need to charge more if it's less or whatever, it's already in the paperwork to where we know what we got a starting point to where that way we can keep a good customer company relationship. It's not going to mess up our relationship based off of he said, she said. So it's always great to put things in writing because it can be an instant. I use with landscaping, you might go in and agree to clear out the entire backyard, and then the customer say, come back when you're done. Hey, well, I thought you was gonna do the front yard. You know, we talked about the front yard too. Da da da. Yeah, yeah. They'll try to squeeze that in and make you like, oh, no, you said you was gonna do this. No, we didn't. You know we didn't. I know we didn't. You're not gonna try to put it on me and say we didn't. You know, it's not gonna happen. You know, now if you want me to do the front yard, I can give you the price for the front yard to do it, but I'm not gonna do it because you're trying to tell me that I told you that I was gonna do it. No. And then same thing with restaurants. Now restaurants can kind of be a little bit different depending on what it is. I give you an example. Um, I might say I ordered a piece of cake from the restaurant, and the restaurant owner might, no, I ain't gonna give you. Oh, we don't see what a receipt. Da da da. This, and if you got the receipt, that's great. But let's say it's you ordered, the restaurant was on the other side of town, and well, this is kind of can be a situation where the customer can be right, I guess, on this one, but it can still kind of bump heads with the owner if you ain't got proof. Because I ran into something like this, but you ordered a slice of cake, and then you go back because they forgot to put the cake in and take it into go in your to go order. By the time you got home with it, you don't feel like driving back, so you go back later date to get it, and you ain't got the receipt. Now they can say, "Oh, the customer line trying to get something out of it and trying to get something for free." But in the restaurant industry, something that's small as that, it can be at your discretion. Like when I went in, they had forgot to put the cake in mine. I love cake too. They forgot to put the cake in my bag. So at first, I went through 3 different managers discussing my cake, and they're like, nah, we don't see the receipt. How we know you ain't get it? That was giving me the biggest headache until it was like, I'm like, bro, what am I lie about? Coming up here just for a slice of cake. I'm not gonna lie and say, then it'd be like, oh, you just talking about a slice? I thought you were talking about the whole cake. No, I think I would have came back if it was a whole cake because I'm obviously buying this either maybe for a birthday. I'm just talking about a slice of cake y'all forgot to put in my bag. And at that point, it became the manager's like, oh, man, get cut him a piece of the cakes and da da da. So in that one, it was like I was right, but he was, how do I prove he was right? But when he came down, it was like, you know what? I'm not going back. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth just for a slice of a cake. So in that situation, you can kind of move in a discretion manner to be like, okay, hey, let me fix this real easy with just giving him a slice of cake. That was easy, a simple fix on that one. But it was kind of tricky because I didn't have a receipt. The manager that I did talk to wasn't there that day to confirm my story because I did call them back the same day, the same night that it happened. I called back and they told me, them gave me their name and so forth on. So that situation, particular situation, ended up working out, but it could have kind of been a customer was wrong because I didn't have a receipt, But the manager ended up working it out. Like I said, it can be to the discretion. And it's kind of, even with landscaping, you can be doing hedges, and customer might say, I wanted these 3 over here done, and y'all didn't discuss them. You be like, nah, I'm gonna charge you. Or you can say, you know what, it ain't gonna take me number 5-10 minutes. Let me go and knock this out, but we didn't do it. So you kind of play it with discretion on it. Even if a customer is wrong, some things you might just go ahead and do it because if you look at it as a business owner, it's not worth it. Sometimes it's not worth that bickering back and forth over something small. But now when it's something big, like I say, customers are not always right. You got to stand your ground. If the customer is wrong, they wrong. You know what I'm saying? Customers they feel like they shouldn't be told that they wrong and this and that. But if you wrong, you wrong. I mean, hands down, you wrong, you wrong. So answer that question. No, never feel like the customer is always right. Just try to keep them situations um, from not happening as much as you possibly can by just trying to put everything on paper, get them agree to what's on the paper, and then y'all can move forward, and that can kind of de-escalate that problem in the future, so you don't run into that problem when it comes down to with the customer. And if a problem still do arise, you know, weigh each problem individually. Don't treat the same problem the same way that you handled the past one. I always keep them individually, and you can figure out what works best. Is this worth me going back and forth? Well, not even really back and forth, but just really putting my firm foot down, saying no, we're not gonna do it, or saying, you know what, hey, let's do a quick fix. How can we fix this and keep it moving? So that way the customer is happy, you happy, and everything is good. So just always remember, our customers are not always right. Just like contractors are not always right. We're not always right either. So that's why I say you kind of gotta have a medium and approach each situation with care and just weigh each situation out individually, and then y'all can come up with a solution to try to fix that problem. Because you don't want to burn bridges, and you try not to burn as many bridges. You're not gonna not burn bridges. It's not possible. You're gonna burn bridges somewhere, but if you can avoid burning as many. So if you got 10 bridges, if you only burn one and still got nine, then it's good that you save nine, but you don't want to have, if you got 10 and you burn one and still left with nine, that's great. But you don't want to have 10 and burn 8.5 of them, and now you just left with 1.5 to one. Ooh, that's a sticky ass situation right there, man, because you never know who you might need, what you might need, when you might need, where you might need this. So I always just weigh and approach every situation different, because you need people are very important and people are very valuable. So just approach that situation that way. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what our next question is. So let's check that one off. How much did it cost to get started? Okay, great question. How much did it cost to get started? Um, that's kind of for me, in my opinion, that's kind of I just kind of run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes numbers could scare me especially when I was younger. Numbers would scare me if I thought too deep and I seen a number that I wasn't familiar with or wasn't used to. Now it doesn't really scare me as much. Like that, 'cause it's like, okay, I know I can get to a number. It doesn't matter if that number's $1 million. I know I can get to it. Or $10 million, I can get to it. So the bigger number doesn't scare me like it did when I was younger. When I was younger, a big number used to scare me, and what I mean by that is, if I used to think like, okay, if I think about this $10,000 lawnmower and I need this to pay to get these done and get this done, get that done, it kind of messes with you mentally, because if you don't have the money, you're like, man, I ain't gonna be able to get that. It's gonna take me forever. So all the negative things start to kick in your brain, and it's unfortunate that is that way, because you would think like, well, maybe the positive, if I start just doing this, it'll come, I get this, I get to that sooner or later. And I guess that comes with time for you to start thinking that way, because when I first kicked in, I wasn't thinking that way. So it took me with time, but when I first got in, I was like, oh man. So when I was thinking about numbers, like what worked for me was I just did it, spin it, spontaneous shit, just go. This is what I need, go. I'm not gonna think about it, because I guess if I think about it, I don't want to scare myself away from it. So I just kind of went with it and made it happen. And I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, because it is better to structure. If you start in the landscaping business, what's the best way to start it? Can you start it with 10,000, 20,000, 2,000, 500, $300, and so forth on? You want to know exactly what your expenses, your overhead, really getting detailed in your business plan. And business plans, it was so frustrating to try to write one, man, because it was just so fucking much shit you got to answer, man. It was a headache, man. Because now I'm trying to break this down, which I'm telling y'all, my business plan is good. It's not bad. It's just a lot. And I guess my impatient ass was just like, man, I'm finna go. And maybe that's the reason why it did kind of take me some time to get to understanding, to get to financially. I guess because I was keeping it all in here. Now I try to write things down and go. And sometimes I still do it, but I just go spontaneous on a lot of shit. I'm not gonna even lie. But if you can, write your business plans down. So that way you know what your expenses, how much it's gonna cost you to get everything going. But I say, how much did it cost me to get started? If I sit back and think now with lawn care, I got a push mower, a weed eater, a edger, and then I was sweeping the grass at one point and taking a little broom because I didn't really have a lot of money to get stuff. So in pawn shops, I I'm gonna tell you how much I know how to. I got a perfect story for y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I know how much it costs. Okay, all right. This is gonna answer the question. How much it costs? All right, so I never forget this. This was back in 2000 and 2000 and let me see, I think 3. Let me see. My daughter was born in 2002. So I think this was had to be either 2003, maybe 2004. I can't remember because my son was born at the time, but my daughter was, I know she was born. And remember if y'all listen to my past podcast or watch my past videos, remember the Gallant? I told you the smoky Gallant, the one that got down smoked up the whole peach tree and shit. I was in the Gallant now. So I'm in the Gallant. And it's me and my kid's mom. We leaving my cousin's house that stayed over in Marietta. So we leaving Marietta and we get in the car. So I tell her, I'm like, man, I gotta get this I gotta get me a lawnmower so I can get started and start making some money. So I had a system. I had some audio bun speakers in there, I think, with an audio bun amp and a Pioneer radio. So I'm just riding, and we just riding, and I need this money to get the lawnmower. So I see a guy. He's in a old school, probably like an 86 Cutlass or 86 Regal, somewhere between that year and maybe 85, but it was an old school. So I'm at the light. This is a true fucking story. This is why you can't be scared to talk. You cannot be scared to talk. You got, even though the world has come to the point where it scares the shit out of you to talk, and all the crazy shit that goes on in the world, you can't be scared to talk. I'm talking about you got to talk to strangers. You got to. You have to. That's where you make your money. You got to be able to appeal to enough strangers because you don't. And the reason I say they strangers because you don't know them. It doesn't mean that they bad people. It just means you don't know them. In order to get out your name out there, you got to go in an uncomfort place. You got to put yourself in, take yourself out of your comfort zone. So if you don't do that, it's gonna. If you're only trying to depend on your friends and for them to get you there, your friend reach is only gonna be so far. So now, never be scared to talk. So now, back to the story. So I'm riding, see the guy in this Cutlass. I'm at the light. True story. At the light, see the guy roll the window down. I said, "Hey man, I'll sell you my amp and my audio bun 12s for $300." I said, I'm trying to buy me a lawnmower. I need the money to get a lawnmower, man. I'm starting a lawn care business, and I sell them to you, man. I probably paid $600-700 for everything. So I'm just trying to get everything sold to him. So he's like, all right, pull over. Let's make it happen. So we pull over in the parking lot, and I think it was like a Kmart parking lot. Pull over. I'm gonna tell you, and sometimes you got to make deals that you just don't want to make, but you got to make them deals because you looking at the bigger picture. So he look at everything. I let him hear everything hooked up and playing. Like, okay, cool. Amp and everything worked. The speakers worked. Bam. He said, give me that Pioneer radio too for 300. I'm like, oh shit. I wasn't trying to sell the radio. Like, man, I don't know what I do it if you give me the radio and the radio, the speaker, and the amps for the 300. So, you know, we talking about maybe $1,000 worth of shit right now. Maybe a little bit more. $1,000 worth of shit, $300. So I'm like, oh man, damn. Fuck it. So thank God I'm good with my hands. I'm very good with my hands. I'm smart. I know how to take shit a little, get loose and put shit together and out of this. I'm good. And plus I put the radio in. So, and I hook all the speakers and everything. Everything was hooked up through me. So I always been smart and knew how to do things, which was good for me. And I wanted to make sure I got a lot of skills and a lot of talent. So that worked out good for me. And so I ended up taking the radio out right there on the spot. I took the Pioneer, like, fuck it. Wasn't my plan, but I needed this $300 to buy this lawnmower from Walmart. That's what I needed. And I'm looking at the future. Like, it wasn't part of my plan. I just wanted to sell the speakers and the amp. I knew what I got tied up into this stuff. Let me go ahead and get it, but I need it. And the thing of purpose about this, I didn't want to keep calling my mom and them borrow money or keep asking people for money. I have to be willing to sacrifice something to invest into myself. I have to be willing to show people that I'm serious, and that was very important. Um, so I took the radio out, sold them the speakers and everything, sold it, and took that money. I went to Walmart, and when I go to Walmart, I see I buy the lawnmower. Bam, buy the lawnmower. This is the best deal I could ever make. Buy the lawnmower. I say probably shit. I probably made that $300 back at least. I think I got maybe a couple of days, $300 and something back. I made that back just cutting grass, just that fast. So it was like, damn, that was a good investment. And then a week later, the guy I sold it to called me back. I guess he did a spontaneous buy when he bought it from me, so it was very spontaneous. We just, like I say, we had the light. We had at this light. It's me, my kids, mom, and my daughter. I can't remember if my son was born at the time, but it's I think it was just us three. I think it was just, I don't think she might was pregnant with my son. I think she was pregnant with him. And it was just us three. So now all I'm trying to do is get this lawnmower. He called me back a week later, like, man, bro, I'm trying to need to get that money back if I can and just sell the stuff back to you. I'm like, bro, I already spent it and bought my lawnmower now, man. So it's too late. That money gone. So he like, okay, dog, okay. Dad. So I think for him it was spontaneous buy. We both at the light. I'm selling him this. He probably wanted some speakers. Bam, bam, bam. Took maybe the rent money or took maybe the bill money or something. Took that money and bought it because he wanted it. Is a sweet ass deal. I'm getting a brand new Pioneer radio, brand new audio bun amp, brand new audio bun, 212s, and a subwoofer box. All this for $300. Shit, how can I turn it down? Then could have got home with his girl, showed his girl, look what I bought. Bam, 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 baby, I got a good deal. And she could have been like, are you fucking serious? And now you got to try to sell it back because she tripping. But I took my $300 and I invested it. And that's why you see me on this camera today. So to get started, I guess if you want to look, I'm sure I had some other things, some little shitty equipment that I took the little money from and bought some little shitty equipment but actually getting started, I'll say maybe $300. I got started with $300 fucking dollars, and I made it work because I was out there sweeping with brooms and sweeping the grass up or taking a lawnmower and walking as the lawnmower spinning, letting the grass blow back and blow back into a pile as best as I could, and then I sweep it up and get it and put it in the bag. And trust me, it's been plenty of days that I've been on a job that should have took me, like, now that I understand how bad I can run through a job in 10 minutes, 15 minutes with the equipment that I have. But back then, that same job that I can run to today in 15 minutes, I was damn near on for 3 hours because that was the equipment that you have. It's all about the equipment. So I didn't really have the best of the best equipment, but I was getting the job done. It was just taking me a little bit longer to get the job done. So, you have to do what you got to do with what you have. And I did what I had to do with the little bit that I had. And I made it work. So to answer your question, $300 is what I got started with. And I turned the $300 into six figures yearly, and started growing. We'll be at 7 figures soon. So my cousin taught me years ago when I was younger, it is not about how much money you have. It's about what you do with the money you have. And I watch Kendra G show, and I be seeing a lot of the ladies that come on the show, and they always say, I want a man that make 6 figures. I want a man that makes XYZ dollars, this. I would say, I'm not telling nobody what to do. This would just be my suggestion from giving the experience. It's not about how much money that man makes. I would say, don't look for the man that's making the 6 figures. Look for the man that's got goal, drive, and vision. That's what you want. That's more valuable than the man that makes 6 figures. And the reason why I say that is because the man that makes 6 figures, he could get comfortable. What if he get comfortable with that job and he lock into that job, and then one day that job is snatched from him? Now you had the man that was making 6 figures, and now he done dropped down to no figures. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be that woman taking care of a grown man. Don't look at the money aspect of it, because you could have a guy that's making 5 figures, 50,000, 40,000, 60 is all this. He could be making his money. It's not a lot of money, but his drive his drive, his motivation, his ambition, his vision. All that is $1 billion vision, $1 trillion vision. But you so focused right now on that 50,000 that he make, or that 40, 30, not realizing, like, what are you trying to do? Okay, how much does it cost to do what you're trying to do? How much of your income, your salary, are you applying to taking into getting what you're trying to get? These are the important questions that you ask. That you want to see. Well, how much of himself is he investing in himself? Because see, when you build with a man, you'll never have to worry about if he got 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever figures he got. If you was genuinely gonna rock with him, no matter whatever he's got, you genuinely rocking with him. Then whenever he get what he got, there's no limit to what you can get, because you're gonna be genuinely taken care of. I give you a movie that I like, that's a good movie. That's a truth that a lot of people probably go through these things, or these things can probably really happen. Tyler Perry made a movie called Acrimony. I think that's what it's called. I think it's Acrimony with Taraji P. Henson in it. Real good movie. I like that movie. And it shows the story of the lady, Taraji met the guy in high school, and in college, and they started dating, and he had this vision about a battery cell that would power a lot of things, whatever it's supposed to do. And her sisters and stuff was all in her ear about it. If you've seen the movie, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And they was all, he was broke. He didn't want to work jobs. He worked odd in jobs, but his vision, his drive. When she was going to work, he was in there every day working on that battery, perfecting it. He was burning up all this stuff. But see, to her, since the tangible money wasn't coming in at that moment, he was no good. Not looking at his tangible value of, he's not sitting at the house sleeping in bed. He's in that damn room at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting back up, going to sleep late, getting back up at 8 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out why his battery won't work, going through research, going to meetings, going to talk with people to make things happen. And in the movie, for those that seen it, that y'all know what I'm talking about. For those that haven't seen it, y'all like it. In the movie, she ended up leaving him, and his battery ended up taking off. He ended up becoming a multi-millionaire. She had the 8-figure man, the 9-figure man. She had him. She already had him. There wasn't no need to go look for a 6-figure man, 7-figure. You already had him. You got to be able to know the value of what you have. And here's the thing about it, whatever your life is, if this is who you love, see, people get so tied up in money. Don't get tied up in the money, because money can't make you happy. Money can't hold. I don't give a damn if you got millions and millions of dollars. There's a lot of millionaires now that tell you money can't hold them. And it's hell, if you got them, even if you got the millions and people, you can go get a woman or a man, they ain't gonna love you the way that you want them to love you. They're gonna love you because of what you buying them. So, if you want to purchase that love, then cool. By all means, do it. Purchase it. I'm not telling you not to purchase it. Go ahead and purchase it. That love costs $30,000 a month. You just pay. It's just like going to buy food. 4 for $4 at Wendy's is $4 plus tax. You buying it because you purchasing that food to nourish your body. You know what I'm saying? So you purchasing that person to come around you, that's what you choose to do. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to give. I'm not downing anything. I'm just trying to give people a different way to look at something, and be able to say, take that and say, oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe you already have that 6, 7-figure, 8-figure man or woman. This not just towards the women, either. This to the men too. Maybe you got that woman that's going to be that 7, 8, 9-figure woman, or that great woman, but you got to give her time. You got to be willing to build with her, and can't focus on the money, focus on other things, because in life, if you're good at something, you ain't got to worry about the money. That will come. That will come without a doubt. So that just came in my mind, is talking about this subject of how much it costs, and just looking at it. I started with $300, and look what I built it into. And you know, my kid's mom, when I was building this company, was again, I think I told y'all in another episode, you know, she was ready to walk out on me. She literally basically walked out when um when I couldn't pay the rent. I didn't know how I was gonna pay the rent. I was new to everything. You gotta realize coming out of moving to Georgia, 19 years old, a whole bunch of bullshit happened in my life. And then I got kid. I got a daughter on the way, or a daughter that's here now. Then by the time she was finna leave, my daughter's here, my son here, and then I got my baby girl. And let me see, yeah, I got three kids at this time. So, you know, she about to leave me, and like she literally left me. Oh, how you? I'm gone. I'm getting my own apartment. And the only reason why she didn't move out, I'm gonna tell y'all, the only reason why she didn't move out is because when she went to get the apartment, her credit, they denied her because of her credit. So then she came back. Oh, well, I'm gonna stay here because you need my help, and I did need her help. No lie, I did. I was broke, man. And when I say I was broke, meaning like I was making some money, but I wasn't bringing in enough to where I was just stable enough to be a one income to take care of our bills and everything at that moment. But I'm gonna tell you, what ended up happening was I prayed about it. At first, that doing it was all happening and it was transpiring. I was stressed up. I was stressed like a motherfucker. And you know, I prayed about it. I prayed about it, and then went to sleep. Me, I watch TV. If I get frustrated or something, I just go to sleep, man, and just go to sleep and just have to. I don't know. It just works out and wake up. And when I wake up, you know, my mind got just that sense of calmness came over, and then it was like, you know what, shit, it is what it is, God. We'll figure it out. And I told her, she like, well, what you when she before she came in, like, I'm gonna stay here because like she trying to do me a favor and help me out, not telling me at the time that she didn't got denied. Um, I told her, I said, you know, I don't know, whatever you're gonna do, go ahead and leave. I'll figure it out. You know, I'll figure it out. I'll make it happen. And she like, oh, you need me to pay these bills. You need me. Nah, I mean, I do, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, God opened up the doors. When I moved, when she was a roadblock in my way, and God had to remove that roadblock. And once I understood that roadblock was moved, I was like, damn, the next day, shit, it just started moving. I got at this zone. I'm hustling. I'm busting my ass. So sometimes God have to move that roadblock, and if we as people want to keep that roadblock in our place because we don't want to react off feelings, the feelings will get you fucked up. You got to act off goddamn what it actually is. Keep moving and keep going. So, um, that's a bad thing to not do things off money because now you know I'm good. I'm good. I'm good and getting better and better each and every day. You know, been good for years, over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Over a decade. Well over more than a decade. Shit, maybe a decade. I think decade and a half, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, a decade and a half, long time. I've been doing my own thing for a long fucking time. You know, and imagine if she had a goddamn believe, kept the faith and the believe. You know, so that's just my insight of some of my stories. Or just telling you, but it cost me $300 to get started, and I made that $300 work. So people look at what it's not about what you make. It's not about how much you got. It's about what you do with whatever you do have. Make it work. All right, let's see what the next topic is. Let's move on to the next topic. Did you have help? So did I have help? Yes, I kind of had help. When I got started, you know, when I first got started, I was just doing it myself. And I will say at the beginning, before I told y'all that story about my kids, mom, she was gonna leave me. At the beginning, she would help me because you know she wanted it's always exciting at the beginning until reality kicks in. So at the beginning, it was like, yeah, she came out, she helped me a little bit, and then but when the money wasn't coming in fast enough like that, you know, the doubt started to kick in. And then I had to kick in and do it myself and really move and really start pushing the business myself. So so that was in the beginning. And then I started trying to figure out. I had to figure out how do you pay people. That was one of my biggest things that I wasn't sure of, and I didn't know how to really do. So I had to figure out how to pay people, and I didn't know, should you pay people per job? Should you pay people hourly? Should you, like, I didn't really understand how to pay people at that moment. So I had a guy named P White that worked for me in the beginning, and I was paying per job and just trying to figure out what worked best for me. And then the one thing I'll tell you that's kind of that you don't want to do, hiring friends. Um, you know, friends feel like, since they're your friend, that they should be able to do what the fuck you do. They don't look at you as the boss. They look at you as, that's my friend. That's my homie, man. Come on. No, that shit, that switch is off, my nigga. While we on this clock, I'm your boss. Not your friend right now. I will fire your ass, and then when we get out and say, man, what you doing later on? You want to go somewhere? So I'm not your friend when we working. I am your boss, and a lot of friends don't think that shit. So I tried to hire friends to have some help and grow. And I remember I tried to leave a friend on a job where I do something else. Come back this month, ain't did not a damn thing. Job looked the same way it did after I came back an hour later. Like, really, dog? Are you serious? I left and you still ain't shit happen on the job. So I had to learn real quick too that wasn't gonna work, because friends are trying to feel like that they know you, and they're trying to um I guess they want to fit your shoes, but they're not able to fulfill your shoes. They don't really respect that. Hey, you're the boss. You know what I'm saying? They still looking at you as their friend. So having help, what I started realizing was it's better to hire strangers that I don't know and build rapport. Just do my background, check people out, pull people from here, and get help from that way. Put ads out to try to hire people um, to come help me. So that's how I end up getting my help, and I started to figure out what worked best for me as far as paying wise, how to pay people, where to find people at, and that's how I started to grow my business and scale it up with employees after that. And that's scary too. We'll get to the scale up. We'll get to the scale up part. But yes, I did help, and a lot of times I had to do. Well, it depends on what you mean with help too, because I even sometimes I didn't have help. I had to go out and do it by myself, and I think I was doing that though because at the time I needed all the money too. And I used to think, well, if I go out here, if I'm getting a job for $150, I need this one whole 150. And if I gotta pay somebody, I gotta give some of this money up. So this gonna interfere in the money that I need, but not realizing you make more money when you got employees. You make way more money when you have employees. When you pay people to do a job and help you, you make more money because you can get more done. One person can only go so far and move only so fast. I had to learn that. Didn't have nobody to teach me these things. So when I'm doing it, I'm thinking like, oh shit, man. I can't really be paying these people like this because I need all this money to pay my bills. Until I got good, it took me years and years to learn that. So, um, I say once I got after years, maybe about 5 6 years, and I really figuring out what works best for me. I started really understanding how to have help, and then finding help became a challenge. Good help, it became a challenge just to find people. And then I remember my aunts came down there one year, and my aunts them got out there and grind with me to cut some grass. You know what I'm saying? They grind with me to cut grass. I got some dope aunts, man, super dope aunts that came out, man, and got out there. We cut some grass and we picked up sticks, and they came out there with me, man, and it was it was great, man. It was great. I got some dope aunts. I got a dope mom. My mom, like, she not finna go out there and do no yard work. Counts it all. She ain't going out doing no yard work. So that part wasn't even gonna happen. But my mom, when you come home, the house is clean, there's food on the stove. If we gotta go get whatever you need to do the outside work, we'll go get what you need. But I'm not going out there in that sun and doing no work. No, that's not the question. My mama wasn't with it, but I love it though because everybody have a position to play. Everybody has a part to play. you know, and that's great when everybody understand the part that they play. So, you know, my mom was that she's a very, very important part. My aunties, they was very important parts, you know. So just to have that circle and be able to have the people that you done showed them like, hey, I'm gonna do this regardless, and hey, I believe in myself enough, and they believe in you. It's dope to have that. So yes, I did. In the beginning, I had help that was spread it out. A lot of the work was done physically by me in the beginning, but as I got better with business and started learning and we're learning what it means to be a boss, you know, because first it felt cool just to tell people you the boss. Oh yeah, I'm the boss. Hit my business card. I'm the boss. You know, I'm the boss. That's me. I'm the boss. And then for me, like shit, what does the boss really mean though? What makes me the boss? I ask myself them questions. What makes me the boss? Why am I the boss? Because just because I'm saying I'm the boss, why? What qualifies me to be a boss is what I ask myself. What qualifies you to be a boss? You got to prove to yourself and why you're the boss. Just saying something is like, okay, you saying it, but why are you the boss? Why? What makes you a boss? And that was one of the things that I had to goddamn realize and understand and learn myself and make sure that I knew in case somebody walked out on me or people didn't show up, I had to understand I worked harder than everybody that works for me. I put in the more time. I woke up early. I'm grinding. I'm studying. I'm reading. I'm in books. I'm this. I had to make sure that I understood why. I have to have skills. Can't just be a boss just because I knew how to go fill out paperwork. And I became good at things. I got good at it. I got good, real good at it. A lot of things. So the answer to that question, did I have help? I had in the beginning, I had spread it out help. I didn't have consistent help. So a lot of it was on my back. But that's cool. But what I messed up was I could have had help sooner, faster, maybe a year in, 2 years in. If I maybe wasn't, I guess the word, maybe selfish. That's what I'm gonna say because it wasn't the fact that I wouldn't share. It was just the fact that I was just thinking about my family. So I wasn't understanding that having help is having help is will help me grow and take care of my family faster. So it took me time to grow and get and understand it as I was figuring it out because again, I didn't have nobody that would teach me or show me how to do it. So we grew into the help. We grew into it. All right, let's move on to the next question. Next question, was it easy? No, it was not easy. It was not easy by a long shot. And it was extremely hard being a kid going through 19 years old, going through bullshit, and got a child on the way. Um 2006, having to deal with the police and dealing with probation bullshit and it was just a lot of shit, man. It was tough, man. It was hard. It was hard than a motherfucker, man. You a kid coming in from shit as a teenager and dealing with some bullshit, and then you goddamn got to deal with you trying to learn this pressure. You don't know this shit. You don't know nothing about how to do a form of LLC. You don't know what's a S corporation, a sole proprietorship, a corporation, you don't know none of these things. How to get your EIN number? You're done in Bradstreet. You don't know how to set up business credit. You don't know how to buy personal credit. You don't know how to only build you. I mean, you don't know how to build personal credit. You don't know. You're learning how to be a father. You're learning how to be a good man to your woman. You're learning you to move to a new state. It's so much that I'm learning on the weight on my shoulders, so much on my back. I'm learning how to do all this at the same time. I gotta be all these wear all these different hats at once. And no, it wasn't easy at all, man. It was hard. Sometimes you sit down and I thinking like, man, how the fuck did I make it? How the fuck did I make it? But one thing I love to watch TV. I think for me, I learned how to entertain myself. So I'm not on my mom's only child. So um, I learned how to entertain myself at an early age. So I'm sorry, my lip itch. So I learned how to entertain myself at a early age, I guess you can say, and I became so dependent on me from being the only child. So I guess that was one of the things that helped me out when it was not to be easy. It had always been me since I was a kid, well since I was born, and then um, you want something so bad that you're gonna figure it out, and you figuring out you like ain't nobody gonna tell me no. I'm gonna figure this out. And then when they tell you, hey, either you gotta do this or you're gonna do this, but you better do this if you're gonna do something real, make it real. And then I had people that just share great information and really put that pressure on me. Hey, if you serious about this, you need to go ahead and do this, XYZ. So just having to put that pressure on me and I didn't fold from the pressure. I like to learn. Somebody beat my ass with a pencil. I'm gonna be that. That's one of the things that really taught me. When I was 19, I got my ass whooped with a pencil. Talk about they whooped the shit out my ass with a pencil. That pen, the pencil, whatever. And if you understand what I'm saying, getting your ass whooped by a pencil and pen makes you really want to learn. That paperwork is serious. So it made me get smart. I had to get smarter. Physically smart, physically strength. Even though I'm a skinny guy, yeah, I'm slim, been slim all my life. Um, pretty strong. I ain't the baddest motherfucker in the world, but pretty strong and can handle myself. But I learned at a young age that pen can whoop your ass. That pen can whoop your ass without even seeing you. That motherfucker don't even have to see you. Like I can be at this podcast, that pen can be in a 40 miles away from me, and that pen can be beating your ass, and it can be beating your ass without you even knowing it's whooping your ass. That's how bad it is. So after that, it made me really want to learn more because I didn't want to have my ass whooped by the pen no more. So you had to learn and get smarter. So it wasn't easy, but I'm glad it wasn't easy because anything that's easy, you don't respect it and you don't understand it. So not being easy was really a blessing because I had to learn it more. I had to learn more about it and really get more detail into it. And that's why I have the knowledge that I have today. And knowledge is much more powerful and much more valuable than anything that I could have ever obtained because I can reuse it over and over for the rest of my life. And I'm consistently getting more knowledge every day. I'll never stop learning. That's why I ask y'all to leave things in comments. Leave comments in here because see, it's things in here just because I might know a lot of things. It might be something that y'all might know that I don't know. It might be something that y'all know and I already do know, but it doesn't matter. Share it with me. Share as much as y'all can share with me. I'm gonna try to share as much as I can share with y'all. And hopefully all of us grow together. That's gonna be our biggest thing. We all can just grow together and that's it. So no, to answer that question, no, it was not easy. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. It took a team, and just because people see me and they think, okay, well that's me. I'm not gonna take the credit. It took it was me, my mama, my aunts, my uncle. Um, we worked together and pulled in and pulled in. And then I gotta say this, even though I don't want to say this, she get on my fucking nerves, but I still gotta say it. I gotta say it. But my kid's mom, I gotta give her a lot, give her props, even though that motherfucker gets on my nerve. And shit, we ain't been together since 2009, but I gotta give her to her. She definitely has always was there in the moments that mattered the most. We got some stories. Y'all gonna hear some stories about this motherfucker watching this podcast. Y'all are gonna hear stories about this motherfucking shit between us. But I have to give props and credit to a motherfucker in the times that it mattered the most. She was there. She was there. And I can't take that from them, and then learn from her dad. Her dad was on the hustle, so it took a team, you know. But just because I was able to lead that team, I was able to go out there and make sure to be that leader because they gave me this and this and this and this and that. Like, okay, I got all these pieces, and it's like, okay, y'all, I thank y'all for giving me all the pieces that I need. Now I'm gonna put them together. Now that I got them put together, I know how to use them. Now that I know how to use them, now I know how to grow them. Now that I know how to grow them, now I can expand them. Now that I can expand them, now I can start teaching more people how to do it. Now that I can teach more people, they can teach more people, and we can reach more people. You see how you keep scaling it up, and that keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's what I was able to do. That's what I was able to do and make it grow. So it wasn't easy, but I was built for it. I'm still built for it. I'm built to do it. That's what I do. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see what we got next here. Let's see what we got. It says, how long did it take to make money / profit? From when I first started my very first business that makes money, it took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to get started. Now it could have went faster. But again, I just have to keep reiterating. I did not have the knowledge, so I didn't really know. I was learning as I went. So I was before I really started seeing money. That was just probably where I could pay a bill, keep having money, keep paying bills, and be able to really show that like I'm doing something that's generating income. It took me about 4 years before I really started making some money that made sense to me to be able to do it. The first 4 years I was getting money here, again, I had to pay bills. I had to go over here and I take this little bit of money, pay the electric, the water bill, the gas, whatever I need to do. And it's been times that we didn't have enough money. Shit, I remember when Quick Trip had the little water pumps down the street, and our water got cut off. So we had to go down the street, fill up water jugs. I've been broke before, y'all. I'm not telling y'all no lies. I've been broke. I've been broke in a motherfucker. I didn't even tell my mom these. Like if my mom didn't watch these stories that they didn't even know. But we've been broke to the point to where we had the water was cut off in the house. Had to go down to the Quick Trip, fill up the jugs so we can have water to be able to flush the toilets, to be able to bathe in. We got kids, little babies. We had 3 at this time, and just making it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? That the house wasn't as warm. We had a busted window one time. I think my son or daughter them had broke the glass window in the front, and didn't have the money to fix the window. So we had to try to keep all the heat upstairs in the wintertime because we couldn't fix that winter. So you got all this coldness coming in. And I didn't have the knowledge. I should have probably just put plastic and some shit in the border of the window. But I didn't have the knowledge. I'm trying to figure it out. So we got everything upstairs. The little heater in the hallway, trying to warm up 3 rooms within each other. And keep my daughter, son, and the other rooms, keep all these rooms warm with our room because money tight. Oh man! I didn't invested money in the studio equipment because I'm trying to get the music thing popping. It's like I got studio equipment. I took the money and put it in the studio equipment, and it was a journey, y'all. And I might have did some things backwards. And I'm not saying my way is the perfect way. I'm just saying it was a way that I made it happen. It worked out. It ended up working out in the long run, even though it probably was a longer route. It ended up working out in the long run, but it took me 4 years before I started to make a profit. Yes, it was not a overnight profit. It was a lot of trial and errors before I was able to just go ahead and finally say, "Oh man, I'm seeing money now where we can really do some things." And then I had to, with being in landscaping, you have to. One mistake that I would tell y'all to do: don't count other people's money. I was counting other people's money. I was assuming, and that was one of my biggest mistakes. And what I mean by that, I'm gonna tell you is, so with me doing lawn care, I would always think that, okay, well, shoot, when let's say September, so around September, I'm like, oh man, the lawn's about to stop, grass about to stop growing September, October. I really didn't understand how the lawn grew as much. So I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be able to make no money from October, November, December, January, February. So 5 months I'm down. People ain't gonna want to spend no money to cut no grass and this and in the wintertime. That's the worst thing you can do is doubt your customers and count their money. Not realizing how much money I was cutting myself out from. People, yes, they will spend money in that business, in that field. They will spend money. They want their yard to look good. They want them leaves cleaned up, them trees trimmed, them storms gonna come through. It's a whole bunch of work that needs to be done just as much. But when you come, I guess I came from a poor neighborhood. So you thinking you had that poor mentality. Oh, at a certain time, people cut back over here in the poor neighborhood. Not realizing the world is bigger than just that neighborhood that you grew up in, because you grew up in the hood. The world is bigger than just that hood. There's a lot of people out there that's making money. It's a lot of people that's looking for a quality contractor. And when you trying to count somebody else's money, what they gonna do with it, all they gonna do is, if I used to know that thinking what I wouldn't spend, I'm gonna find somebody that's looking to work so I can spend. So don't do that. That was one of my mistakes that I made. And not understanding. Look, bro, look, you need it done. We ready to do it. And if not, we'll keep moving till we find somebody that wants us to do it. So don't do it, but don't count somebody else's pockets, because you can cut yourself off from some stuff being great for you. But it took me a good 4 years before I started to make money. And big brother. Oh, y'all know I be always coming in here late. I work late to make big money. And well, I ain't gonna say at that time they ain't big money, but to make consistent good money to be able to pay things and do what I needed to do. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see what we got next. Who taught you what to do? Oh man. So again, if you've been listening to the podcast, you probably kind of already know this, but I'm gonna still go ahead and answer this question. Who taught me what to do? On the administrative side, I kind of just knew how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was common sense coming out of school. They teaching you administrative work. So you learning paperwork, how to read and shit like that. That's kind of your normal things that you learn in the reading part and what you want to do. So you kind of already, for me, I already had that skill set. Common sense, I was just good at. It was just natural for me to have just common sense and be able to catch on to things. So that was a good thing for me. Now the actual physical work part that came from my kids, mom, dad. That's who taught me the actual physical hustle and really showed me how to put it in place. I had to give that to him, the credit. And now it might be some people that's gonna watch this video. Let me I'm gonna address this as much as I can. Might be some people that watch this video that I did work with, and they taught me small shit. You know what I'm saying? Little bitty, little shit. You know what I'm saying? They taught me little shit. So then they'll fuck around and hear this video. Man, he was with me when he was younger, and I showed him how to do this and how to do that. You might have did show me a fraction or something. You did. And I appreciate you if you did, for putting that little piece in my head. I thank you. But my kids, my dad, Pete is the one that just threw me in the game and treated me like a boss when I was just a little mother sucker that was just trying to learn. Like, come on, you want to learn? All right, come on, we're gonna put you in there. And then me and him started doing work together. Like he's a very, very important piece to my life as far as my business life, because he taught me a lot. So I can't take that from him. So he was the one that taught me how to do. And then one that was like one of the biggest missing pieces of the puzzle that I was missing. And when I got that piece of the puzzle, everything else just started locking into place. From that point on, I got what I needed to become the man that I am today. So if it hadn't been for him, my kids, my dad, I can't say that you know what I'm saying, that I would have been where I am. I probably would have still been there, but how long would it have taken me to get to where I'm at? He helped speed that process up, and I was willing to listen. I wanted to learn. That's one thing about people. You got to be wanting to learn and willing to listen. And that was both. I wanted to learn and I was willing to listen, and I was gonna apply what I learned. I wasn't just learn, listen, and don't apply it. Okay, you giving me the knowledge. I'm about to use the knowledge and put this knowledge to work to make some money. And I'm gonna take the other side that I know how to do, the administrative side, and I'm gonna put it with the physical side. And we ready to roll. Let's make this happen, baby. That's what I did. So I give a lot of props, Like when I say it's well over 75% of the props, 75, 85% of the props go to him, to the hustle. Damn, the 90% of the hustle just comes from him. You know what I'm saying? He put me into the game. And I started out with trees, and I'm a slim guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm slim. Y'all follow me on TikTok. I ain't got to do all that. I'm get up here and show you. Y'all see. I'm slim. You follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I am Mailman. Everything is only thing that's not I am Mailman is YouTube. YouTube is just Mailman. And I always remember man has two ends at the end of it. But y'all see me on there when I'm in the gym working out. And on TikTok on vacation or something, chilling out on vacation and hanging out with some beautiful ladies and just having fun with some beautiful, sexy, attractive ladies, man. You know, love the ladies. I love the ladies and the ladies love me. I might not get all the ladies. I'm cool with that. But the ones that I do get, we having fun. That's one thing about it. I don't have to get all the women. I just get the women that God got for me. So if that woman is these women is for me, then these the women that's for me. If these over here is not for me, they just not for me. But no, man, I just like to have fun. So if y'all check me out though, I say out it though. I was being funny on that, just joking around. But I mean, I do love the women though. I ain't joking around on that. But I was saying though, I'm a slim guy. I'm slim. I'm skinny. I'm slim, athletic, and if you take that, I was willing to put the work in and work hard. You know, we out there. He got me out here lifting trees. I'm lifting trees. Cause I'm gonna show him, boy. I'm gonna throw these. Oh, let's get it. I'm moving with them. Got this big chainsaw. I gotta watch, keep my legs, brace myself, handle this thing, because I don't need this chainsaw to kick back, you know, and kill me or hurt me. So I gotta be cautious with it. All right, cool. Man, I'm learning all this shit. He teaching me all this shit, man. He teach me how to do all this shit. I ain't know how to drive a truck with the trailer. First time get the truck with the trailer, man, I'm trying to drive nerves, man. Look, man, drive the truck with the trailer. I done bought it. Drive it, man. Bag this thing up. All right, he bagged it up the first time. Fuck this. I can't do this. I can't be dependent. I don't like the dependent. I don't like for you to be able to do some shit that I can't do. Now that I'm old, I understand since I got so many skills. I love to hire people now that's better than me. But then back when I was younger, I don't want you to be able to do some shit and I can't do it. I'm gonna teach myself how to do it. I ain't know how to ride no zero turn more. Fuck that, I'm finna learn. I don't know how to goddamn back up a truck in a trailer. Fuck that, I'm finna learn. I don't know how to goddamn go out here and do business and estimates. Fuck that, I'm finna learn. So I wanted to learn, and I had to get as many wrinkles in my brain to be able to get the shit done. And I'm glad that I think that way. That's me. I love to work. I like working. I'm gonna work till I leave this earth. I don't care if I'm worth trillions of dollars. I'm gonna always be doing some work. You're gonna find me doing something. Even if I'm on vacation, I'm on a paycation, workcation, something, and I'm gonna be doing have fine time to have fun, but still running my companies. And I listened to Oprah on what she said was, I always sign your checks, no matter what. You handle your money, and that's what I believe in. I'm gonna always handle my money. So it's very important to know these things. So who taught me? Again, I had to get on props to my kid's mom, to Pete, because I know, man, and he pissed me off. I don't fuck with him like that a lot. Because of bullshit that he did. But overall, I can't take away your good that you gave me. I can't do it. It's no way I can take. How can I take away the blessings that you gave me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful, thankful, and humble with him sharing that piece of knowledge with me. So that's who taught me, my kids, my dad. All right, let's move on to the next question. All right. Well, I kind of answered this question because they was asking me did I start out with employees, and no, I didn't start out with employees. I mean, unless I count myself as an employee. So I'm not gonna really go back into that one. We're gonna check that one out because I when it kind of goes in with the did you have help question. So we already know with the help and the employees. Um now I did answer this, but I'm gonna give his own question. Say, how much did you know how much to pay your employees? And that's a good question. So I did kind of touch on that I was learning that. But so we gonna just somebody asked the question is here. How did you know how much to pay your employees? For me, I didn't know. I did. I had to figure that out. So what I did, I didn't know if I should do hourly pay or if I should do per job pay. I really didn't know. And then I was trying to check to learn, how did unemployment work? I didn't want to run into things with OSHA. I didn't want to run into things with the Department of Labor. I didn't want to run into it with a lot of different things. So, it's kind of tricky. You're trying to figure that out. How to pay. So, sometimes in my head I was just paying and also, you got to understand when a person's supposed to be a W-2 employee and when a person is supposed to be is a 1099 contractor, because you can put a person on as a 1099 contractor and then things come back later on in life to find out that they wasn't 1099, that they was really supposed to be W-2, and then you can get hit with all types of fines and back pay and just so much more. So you kind of got to feel that shit out because you don't want to get fucked up in that and have to start paying back pay to somebody that you're supposed to pay W-2s and took taxes out. Because when you put a 1099 contract on somebody and they don't really understand that and they was doing the duties of a W-2 employee, then you can really get yourself in some shit. So I just kind of I in the beginning when I really wasn't making money, I guess you can say I was doing a contractor, doing them as 1099 and not just paying per job. Because I didn't really understand how the money works. So I still had to take care of my family off this job because this is how I feed my family. So I was just kind of just paying, maybe say if I $20 on this job, we do a job, or $10 per house or $5 per house. And I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go because I don't really know what's the best way. So I'm testing this for years. What works better, what works best for me. And so now to come to the final conclusion, I do hourly pay. Well, I mean, I understand when I should pay hourly. So most of the time, my people that I do, if you will come work for my company directly, I'm doing hourly. If I hire you through a temp service, all I have to do is pay the temp service directly, and the temp service handles all the insurance, the workers' comp, and everything that way, and it's covered. It's covered that way. I don't have to worry about it, or then I know, okay, if I hire me a contractor, I just pay my contractor straight up, and you going in and do a job, we come up with a price. I'll pay you the price for whatever your price is. You're my contractor. You deal with that because, hey, with the contractor, I just tell you I need this done by this date. And if you can get it done by that day, that's cool. But I can't tell you, hey, you got to be here at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's you, the contractor. So, it's on you when you get there. You got your own tools. You got your own equipment. You just showing up. I just told you I need to get this example. Let's say I need to get a fence built. Well, I need this fence built. Can you get the fence built? Yeah. Okay. How fast can you have the fence built? You might say, okay, I can have it done in a week. And if I need it done in 3 days, we'll see if we can negotiate. If you can have it done for 3 days, we just kind of negotiate it, see what works best between the two of us and if we can make it happen. And then the contract is just on them. I'm not telling them they need to be there at 8 o'clock that morning. That bam. It's just we come up with the payment and keep moving. Versus, if I got an employee and I'm trying to tell them and pay them as a contractor and say, hey, you need to be here at 8 o'clock. You got to go do this job, do this, but I'm gonna pay you as a contractor. You're not a contractor, you're an employee, because I'm dictating when you need to be somewhere, where you need to be, what time you need to be there, and so forth on. So you have to really understand these things when you're making it. But I figured it out over time, and we started out at $10 an hour, and I just was kind of trying to match what when I was younger, I was trying to match what people was at, what I'm saying? $8 an hour, that's what they paying, $8 an hour. That's what I was around. And so I'll pay you $8 an hour, $9 an hour. And that's what we started out. And to now at this day, now we pay way more than that. $20 an hour, 25, 40 an hour. Depending on what the job is, the more working tasks that you can take on, we're gonna pay you what you got to get paid. So you got to be willing to pay an employee what they're worth. And if they're good, you don't pay an employee just to pay them though. As the more money you pay them, the more responsibility that they're taking off you. So that's one thing I always understand. You don't just come out and say, "I'm gonna give you this much money." No, if I'm giving you this much money, you're gonna take off this responsibility from me. This is gonna become the responsibility that you're handling. You're gonna be responsible for this. So I'm paying you. If you're gonna be my retaining wall specialist, and I'm paying you $50 an hour, then you're the leader of the retaining wall specialist. You're the one that knows how everything. I don't have to come out on the job because you know how to do it. And if I do come on the job, it's an emergency just for me to come out and do it. But I'm paying you the $50 an hour because you're good at what you're doing. And we're going to have the other guys around you that could be making 20, 22, 23, 24, 26, so forth on, that they're making the money because, hey, we understand how much we know how to charge the customer. They had a skill set. So I just learned through trial and error of what works best. And in order to keep good people, you got to pay them good. You can't be trying to do cheap work for a customer to make your prices fit their pockets because you don't want to lose good help. If you got good help, you don't want to lose them. And you always want to make sure you pay everybody on time. Pay your team on time. That's super important to pay your guys on time. You don't want to not pay your people on time. So that's what I always tell people. Make sure that you pay them and their money is there because you don't want to lose no good people. So that's kind of how I guess the answer. How did I know how much to pay? I kind of just played with it to see, and I looked at the value of what my employees was worth and what the market was paying for that type of position. And I always tried to make sure I paid a little more than whatever the market was paying for because you had somebody that was paying maybe 15, I wanted to pay 18. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, you're a smaller company, you paying more than a person that's a bigger company because they have the bigger company has the overhead to where they can do a lot of turnovers. My turnover, where that's a small turnover, can hurt me. So I try to come out the gate running with it to just hit something and get you in instantly. And hopefully I can keep you because I don't really have the time and the money to keep training, and I don't have the staff in place to keep having to do these turnovers like a bigger company that can pay you less. And if you quit, they don't matter because they have somebody that they already dependent on that they paying top salary to do it, and they got the contracts and the money. Again, you gotta have the money to do this shit. You gotta have the money to run these businesses. So through trial and error is how I learned how to pay, and then you just study what the going rate is for that whatever job that might be, and then you just try to pay that employee. You give them duties that they're going to handle for your business, and then you pay them for that, and y'all work out a payment scale. And if you're a small company, there's a lot of people that'll help you, that'll work with you. As long as they know you're gonna take care of them, they'll work with you because they looking like, hey, whatever we can do to build, it's gonna work around my schedule. It'll work around your schedule. Let's do it. So that's how I kind of figured out how much to pay a person. That's still how I do, and I look at the scales. I look at the scales now and look at what it's paying. All right, let's move on to the next question here. Ooh, I think I said this in another one. I know I said this in another one of the questions. This question says, "Is it hard to find employees?" Yes, goddamn it, it is hard. It's hard. And let me clarify. No, it ain't hard. It ain't hard to find employees. You got a bunch of them motherfuckers out there. I said that wrong. No, it's not hard to find employees. It's easy than a motherfucker to find employees. Yeah, I'm talking about it's so easy I can snap like that and I can find an employee. It is easy. The question is it easy to find qualified, skillful, dedicated, reliable, dependable, trustworthy employees? That's what the question should be. And that is a hell no, it is not. It is not easy. It is hard and a motherfucker to find them. But these little motherfuckers that just want to check for the day, Oh, they run around this motherfucker like a house full of roaches. They all around this motherfucker. You ain't got to worry about finding them. Shit, they waiting on you to come leech out. They like a leech. They waiting on you. Oh yeah, I'm waiting on you, man. Shit, I've been waiting on you, goddamn, get some money out your ass and not do shit and make you think I'm doing something, and then you come back in the job still ain't did shit. Oh yeah, they lazy ass out here everywhere. No doubt about it. All around here. And customers, that's why like customers be thinking, here's the thing why you can't worry about what a customer necessarily say. You can't worry about the fuck what a customer say. Cause you're gonna lose a customer one way or another. You can lose a customer if you got them have them scheduled and don't show up. That customer gonna leave. If they can complain, say, "Oh, you not reliable. You told me this and you didn't show up." Da, 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 da. They gonna tell you all this shit. Send an untrained person out there and let them fuck up something on their house. See what they gonna say. Oh hell no! You done sent somebody out here and they done fucked them. Don't ever come in there. Y'all gonna pay it. You lost them either way it went. Now they probably was telling you, well, why you just don't hire more people? You need to hire more people. See, a customer in their brain is just easy. Oh, just hire more people. So you telling me I can hire anybody and just send them on your yard and they fuck up your property? You gonna be cool because all I gotta do is tell you, remember you told me just hire more people. I hire more people. I did what you said to make it happy, to make it. No, you shouldn't have sent that person. They messed up my yard. But you said hire more people. You said it was like that it was just that simple. Hire more people. The problem is solved. Now, so you was mad when I couldn't come out to your house. I couldn't keep the scheduled time to come to your property. Now you mad because I hired more people that came out there and they fucked up your property. Well, you should train them. Well, if I'm training them, I ain't got that time to come on to your property because I'm over here training them. Well, you need to get hire somebody. Well, I need that. If I hire somebody that's gonna train them, I gotta be able to pay them. So in order to be able to pay them, if they already know, I gotta be able to generate income. So I say that people have to be patient. That's the problem with people. Patience. You gotta have patience. And don't get mad at a person if they building something to get to where they're trying to get to. And you mad because your impatient ass can't goddamn wait because they can't just send this person out. They have to properly train them as much as they can before they can send them out. So to answer your question, is it hard to find employees? Fuck no, it ain't hard to find. They lazy ass. They out here. They probably watching this damn video right now. They one of them lazy ass employees now. Just gonna watch the video and probably looking at it now. Yo, I'm talking to your lazy ass. Damn lazy, but to find one of them good employees, it is hard. And then when the ones that argue, you got to compete like a motherfucker to get them. And then competing like just you gotta not only to get them, you gotta compete like a motherfucker to keep them. You gotta be able to pay these people 12 months out of 12 months, 12 out of 12. Because bills don't stop. Bills come in 12 out of 12. So you gotta be able to pay these people consistently. That's a challenge if you're a small business. That's a huge challenge, man, to be able to keep these people on the payroll. And if for landscaping, when you slow down, then you still got to be able to pay these people to be able to have them come in when you pick back up, or when you do have that peak. Like, when you had them spontaneous moments, like you might have your slow month like January, but you still got jobs coming in. But these people still need to be getting at least 40 hours a week. You still want to give them at least 40 hours a week. And if you ain't got no money, or you didn't prep the way you should have prepped to save and calculated their salary in for when it's slow, or if you don't have it set up to where they can draw unemployment off of your company because you register with the Georgia, with the Department of Labor, and all these different things, you're gonna lose them. But you really don't. Even Georgia Department of Labor is just I say Georgia Department of Labor. But they really want to keep it. They want to be able to keep that consistent paycheck coming in. If they getting $800 a week, it's like we got to try to figure out a way to keep that $800 a week coming every week, even in our slow times. So we got to prep for that. So finding employees is not hard, but finding good, dependable, reliable, trustworthy, dedicated employees, that shit is hard. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right, yeah, we got so many questions. Yeah, look like this gonna be a part three. Look like we gonna have us a part three to this because we already about to be coming up on an hour and a half. I already answered this question. I think it says, "How did I maintain during the pandemic?" Let me see. I remember something about a question like this. Something with the pandemic. It says, "How does a business survive or grow during the pandemic?" And this one it says, "How did you maintain?" Pretty much same thing. I mean, we just worked. We grand the pandemic just kind of came up and we maintained it and kept the business going because we're a service provider. So I guess you can kind of say we're essential workers if you want to put it in that perspective. But that's pretty much how we maintain during the pandemic. Um, let's see what is the next question. Look, Nat then got in here or something. Um, let me see. Is owning your own business better than a 9 to 5? Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. For me, yes. Yes. For me, it is. That's what I say. For me, it is, but it is way better than a 9 to 5 for me. Now, for you, let me give you I guess just some scenarios of just different ways to kind of look at it. Um, I don't want to tell you yes, it's better than a 9 to 5 because I can't put a 9 to 5 down because I'm an employer, so I need employees. So how can I put a 9 to 5 down and down something that I need? You have all these people talking about be your own boss. Don't da 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 da. But shit, the same people that said be your own boss when they be there, they need employees too. Shit, your business and group. Goddamn, now you got a customer base of you servicing 300 customers a day. You can't do that shit by yourself. You need somebody to come help you do that shit. But now you got them to told everybody to be their own damn boss, and you sitting there stressing. Man, I need help. I need help. But you told everybody to be their own boss. Remember, you didn't get them a full context of this shit. So you got them over here now, trying to be their own boss and ain't making shit. And because I'm not knocking and saying that that you can't be your own boss, but you put it in the wrong context of this shit. And now that you are that company that's thriving, you need employees. So I'm gonna kind of just break it down in my opinion and tell y'all how I feel about it. So 9 to 5. Let's kind of look at some of the pros. And again, y'all, this is not no certain order. I'm just gonna try to think of as much pros as I can. Now, when I'm out with this camera, if I was to sit down and think and do research, I could definitely come up with more. But just coming out the top of my head, I'm just gonna try to share my opinions and my thoughts. So the pros, 9 to 5. You got pretty much a set schedule. You're going to work at this time. You got to be working 9 o'clock. Get off at 5 o'clock. You got your hour lunch break or a 30-minute lunch break. You got a specific job duty that you're going to be doing. Might go help over here and help out in certain other departments, but you got a specific task that you're going to be doing. You got a weekly paycheck, a bi-weekly paycheck coming in. This company they're offering insurance and all these different benefits and that you can get from the company. Let's see what else you got. You have y'all let y'all know this is real time shit. I'm not bullshitting y'all. I'll be doing so much shit, y'all. I probably sometimes get about 3-4 hours of sleep. I just be doing so much shit just trying to make that, but that's part of the grind. Um, let me think. So, what is another um stability part of again you got that consistent money coming in that okay, I go put these hours in, but it's not really consistent because if they fire your ass, you lose the shit anyway. But I guess if you want to look at it consistent, it's consistent. You got that. You don't have a lot of stress that you got to worry about multiple departments. So that's kind of the good things about it. Now the negative things about it is shit, you might have this coworker that gets on your fucking nerves and shit, and but you can't fire them and do nothing about it besides go tell the boss. And if they good at what they do, the boss is not trying to fire them. We're gonna probably talk to him because he don't have time to keep trying to, he or she don't have time to keep trying to replace employees. So just trying to make it work until something extreme really get to that level. It's like, okay, you gotta go. You gotta come in and you gotta be able to, you gotta provide the task that is required of you. If this job is Monday through Friday or 5 day a week, whichever 5 after 7, you got to be at that work. You can't really call off because then they can fire you because they're depending on you to show up to work. What else? Another con would be 9 to 5. You got a boss that's over your head that's telling you, hey, you got to do this, do that, whatever, even if you don't feel like doing it. And a couple other things that might come with it. Again, like I said, y'all, I might not name everything, but I'm just trying to give y'all a vision of to see what's the difference between a 9 to 5, in my opinion and perspective of it. Now, being your own boss, and when everybody always screaming, telling people, be your own boss, go out here and do your own thing. You can run your own business. Don't go work for the man. Why you gonna go work for the man? But then the same people that's telling you to go work for the man be the same one. Hey, my job is having a hiring event today. We're gonna come out, we're gonna be paying top dollar. But you the man. But you just said don't go work for the man. But now you doing these ads because you need help to come work for the man or the woman, either one. So, don't just throw that out there to people, man. Make sure you sharing that with people so people can see all the good and the bad, and they can weigh their options. They can know what they're getting into versus just listening to somebody to tell them, hey, don't work for the man. So now let's break some of these things down with being running a business. Running a business coming off the bat, you're gonna have a lot of fucking expenses. You're gonna be in the red. You're gonna be in the red. I don't give a damn if you saved up your money. You saved us life savings and so forth on. That's fine, but you're gonna run through them savings for a minute. You gotta run through that shit. You have to spend it. If you saved up $40,000 to start your business, you had to spend that $40,000. Take money to make money. So you spent that 40 grand. Now, each business is different. Sometimes you got some success stories where people spend their 40, they come back in, bam, they take off, and they make their money back running. They come out the gate running, and it's an instant success for them. You do have stories like that. I'm not gonna say that it's not, but I guess if you just say on an average, it takes time to build up that business. It's gonna take you some time to get that business where you want to go, and people telling you to go out. So now let's break down the pros. Yes, you're free to go do what you want to do. That to a certain extent, you don't have that per se boss, which you still do because you instead of having a boss, you got a partnership now. You don't have a specific time unless you and a customer negotiated and you agree on the time. If you don't want to go do something on a particular day, you can always tell a person, I'm not going to do it on this day, and I'll be available this day. So you have a lot of things that you have a lot of things that you can that you can control more than you do when you are working for somebody. You just basically have a lot more control over things, more so than you do when you working for a company. And that's something that people have to understand. When you're working for, I'm multitasking, y'all. All right, I had to write this down. That's something that you gotta you. What was I saying, y'all? I'm sorry about that. I was trying to multitask on this phone, do multiple things. But with the business, you have the freedom to go do other things that you kind of want to do, and you can make your schedule up to kind of fit the way that you want to do it because you're your own boss. So yes, you can do that. That's not a doubt. But then now here's the flip side. When you're your own boss, you got to be mentally disciplined. Discipline, being a business owner is shit. Damn near 96% discipline. You got to be disciplined in a motherfucker. You got to be disciplined to understand. Like I say, for me, savings is one of my hardest things in business. That's been one of the biggest things for me. But you got to do this. You got to save. You got to structure. You got to put up money. But when it's a rainy day, so that way if something come up, you already got them. You got this rainy day fund to protect you. You have to you have to um, what I was gonna say. You have to be able to you're the marketer, you're the CEO of the day-to-day operations, you're the HR department when problems going wrong, your customer service if the customer has a problem, you have to do your marketing, promo if I ain't said that. You have to either you maintain the equipment or you gotta have a company to come in that's gonna maintain the equipment. You gotta do the hiring, you gotta do the firing. Um, I don't know if I said payroll, but you got to do payroll. You got to make sure whatever got to be bought for the office, you got to pay all the bills, even when even if you making a little bit of money, the bills still got to be paid. If you didn't make a lot, but you got employees, they still got to be paid. It's a lot that comes with when you take on them responsibilities. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready for that responsibility? Because you become everything. You become everything that the company that you was working for is. You become it. That's point blank period. You become everything that that company is. So think about when you got paid on Friday, somebody had to process that payroll. You are that person now that's processing that payroll. Think about them commercials that you see on TV when you see out of the take the Geico commercial for example, and you see the little squirrels doing the little chop chop pop that they make the cars. Somebody had to pay for the Geico team to come up with some Geico had to pay somebody to come up with a dope commercial to market their to market it. You're that person that's got to pay for that person to do it, and then not only do you got to pay for that person to come up with it, you got to pay for that ad space and so forth on to keep that marketing going. When a customer has a complaint and wants something, you got to deal with that complaint because you're that HR person. You got to deal with that attitude and try to de-escalate that situation. You have to when shit that building rent. You got to keep them buildings or whatever that car that you get installed or that truck that you got to buy. You got to pay all these bills. There's a lot of things that comes with being a business owner. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to take on all that responsibility? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to do that? Is that something that I want to take on and I want to do? I want to run, do this, all this, take on all this weight is on my shoulders. Even when I don't get paid, I still got to pay these people. So if I got to tap into my savings or I got to sacrifice my profit to pay my team because I can't not let them get paid and I got to expand and just all these things that come with it. See, they don't tell you all that part. And it's not the fact that you can't do it because I do it. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I wouldn't trade it for shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't built for it. Everybody's just not built and everybody's not going to want to do it. And you have to ask yourself, do you want to do it? If you want to do it, then great. You're in a perfect position. Then you can go ahead because you have already mentally told yourself you're ready to take on all that. You're ready to scale it up and grow, and then you're gonna bring people on to help you. After you make a certain amount of money, you're gonna get people to come in and help you. So you're ready to grow, and you understand what that means, what that growth means. You understand that. But when them people just be telling y'all that, hey, um, start your own business, they don't give y'all the insight of everything about starting a business. I feel like they just trying to set you up for failure and throw you out there to the wolves. And then here you out here trying to you done quit your job and walked out on your job and thinking, yeah, I done took my savings, I saved up $20,000 is not a lot of money to save up, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you start factoring in if you got kids, if you got to pay rent $1,500 a month, car note $300, $400, $500, $600 a month, insurance 150, 226, 250 a month, paying for daycare and all this. When you start adding up all that monthly bills, shit, you gotta look if your bills in a month, with food, gas, and so forth, is told not to be 5 grand, and that means all your bills is 5 grand. Then what about an emergency? If an emergency come up, you fucked. Because right now you only got enough money to last you all the way up until for the next 4 months. And if that business don't kick off in 4 months, you fucked. And then what if you need money for the business? You can't go pull that 20 grand from that business, from that 20 that you got saved, because that's got to cover personal life. So if you pull in 20 from that to dump into the business, oh man, then your 20 is getting shrunk now because you putting it into a pot that's not even bringing you back money right off the back right now. So your 4 months could have been now just shrunken down to 3 months, 2 months. So 20 grand is not a lot of money. And I'm just using that as a number just to kind of show you how to look at things. You got an expense and a cost everywhere. Now, here's what I would say. I'm not telling you not to be a business owner or not to do business. But what I would say is, when people try to tell you, oh, just go be start your own business, you ain't got to work for this. Ease into it. Keep working the job that you got and find a way to make you income on the side. And you keep your job just coming in. You just got to work harder. Like that's the biggest thing is I always work and never go nowhere. You just got to put the work in and build it up. Once you build it up, at least it ain't interfering with your living bills, your day-to-day living personal bills. And you're getting to take on the experience to learn enough about the business before you make that final decision to say, okay, I'm gonna jump all the way in and this is what I'm going to do. So you're able to say, I test the waters and I understand the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, and okay, I understand. Or maybe you can get that business going. Now that business is making money to where you can hire somebody, let them grow, continue to work the business while you working your main job and you still scaling the business because now you got somebody else until you get to a certain level of comfort in your business to where you're able to walk away from the company that you're with and then go into that full time because you already started building out contracts and you already got people you can trust. You already have a 3, 4, 5 year plan put in place too, and you got accounts separated. Say, this is my 3, 4, 5 year plan just on personal bills. So I got this to cover my personal bills for at least the next 3 to 5 years. And I know some people are gonna be like, man, 3 to 5 years, you thinking that for ahead? Dog, why you thinking 3 to 5 years? Like they say average, you want to have at least 3 to 5 months worth of money to pay your bills. I don't want to think in months. I try to think in years. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if your bill is $5,000 a month, if you did 5,000 a month times 10, that's 50, and then another 10, that's 60. So that's 60 grand a year that you need. So if you can save us 60 on 120, 60, 120, oh, hold on, y'all. Somebody calling my phone, man. All right, I'm sorry about that. If you think of 60, hold on, y'all. Wait, I'm in the middle of something. What's wrong? I'll let you know. I'll call you back. All right. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. They calling me again, trying to ask me, staying at the house. Robust card. I'm like, man. Um, what was I at, y'all? I done lost my thought. This phone is wrong, and I done lost my thought. These kids be calling me. But long story short, just getting back to the point of just what I'm saying is weigh them options out before you just walk into just letting somebody talk you into quitting your business and put you in. Oh, I was telling you about putting up having 3 to 5 years worth of personal. So that's 1 year 60. So 2 years, 3 years would be $180,000, and that's just on personal bills. And then now you got to look at how much it costs to run your business. So you're looking at how much it costs to run your business for the next 3 years if the business is doing good or not. Let's say your overhead. I don't know. I'm gonna just shoot a number out there. Let's just use another number of $5,000 since I'm already know the numbers of that. And that $5,000 for that is what your overhead cost is. So now you got to have you for on a minimum of another 3 years. Is you're talking about another $180,000. So then when you do that, you need at least about 360,000 and just to overshoot it, $400,000 to put you into a comfort level for the next 3 years at least. So that way, if something happened within 2 years and it ain't taking off, you got there and can start working on alternate plans and still safe without being financially stressed. You know, and coming up with a plan to be able to do something and revamp. You know, and you can. It doesn't matter. Don't never feel like just because it was if something wasn't successful right off the bat, stop thinking you're a failure because you're not a failure. Please take that out your head. That does not mean you failed. If you did something and it didn't take off and you got to regroup, that's what a boss have to do. You got to regroup. I'm gonna give y'all a story. If you do the research on the story of FedEx, FedEx, the guy that owned FedEx, FedEx was about to not be the company that we know it is today. He had the story goes that he had all his employees and running his corporation, and he wasn't sure that he was gonna be able to make payroll. So he took a gamble and went down. I think they say he went to Vegas and he gambled and he said, if he make payroll, he's gonna keep the company. If he don't make payroll, he's gonna have to shut the company down. Well, you kind of know the answer to that because FedEx is still here. So you know your answer. He made the payroll. He had to regroup though. He had to go out there and make things happen, you know, and it worked out in his favor, thankfully. But he was able to make the money and keep pushing. So don't never think that you're a failure for doing something. You're a winner already because you did something. You invested in yourself and you tried some shit. Anybody that tried to knock you for goddamn trying it just because it didn't take the fuck out that first year, that first 2 years, and they trying to knock you like you're a failure. Fuck them. Hell yeah, fuck them. Tell them mailman say fuck you. Fuck you. Goddamn shit. You gotta hit them with the you gotta hit them with that, man. I don't man, fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, they started saying all the bullshit. And nah, fuck with that. Fuck them. Well, that's what you want to tell them. Fuck them. Goddamn. Shit, they down you. Look at another example. Look at I think what his name is, Bill Gates, even Donald Trump them. And I know y'all probably don't like Donald Trump a lot, but look at the business, man. I'm talking business shit. These guys went bankrupt and broke, and they didn't give up. They learned. They learned. They learned how to get better with the game. So I'm just trying to tell y'all, don't let the naysayers. You recoup, go goddamn rebuild that shit. If you I'm gonna give y'all a great one. I'm gonna give y'all a great one to look at. Tyler Perry. First time he did his Medea plays, that man said that them was flopped. I don't even remember how many people he say came, but it flopped. This man went back. His family was telling him, man, you need to get a job, let that stuff go. This man saved it up, his money up again, rented out the studio, rented out the building, and saved his money up for years, slept in little small apartments in his car and shit like that. Now this man is damn a billionaire, got shows on damn near every network that you can think of. We all know who he is, owns the biggest studio here in Atlanta, Georgia. And this man is doing his thing, right plays. Um, um, I just seen a recent speech that they showed on TV where he was saying, I guess it was the plantation and it had a whole bunch of slaves living on it, and now one black man owned it or one Negro owned it. He ain't lying, man. Fuck that. He's stunning on. Like he right. And it ain't like a bad thing. It's like, hey, look, bro. But what imagine if he had a gave up that shit and got down after he flopped and spent his bread and it flopped on him, and then he didn't go back and do it. Imagine if he had a gave up, man, and then go back and reinvest in himself and believe in himself. Man, That man goddamn wouldn't be who he is today. So I'm just telling y'all, man, fuck what people say when a motherfucker trying to goddamn throw negative shit towards your way and pull you down, man. Fuck what they talking about, man. Yeah, them motherfuckers some haters, man. Goddamn tell them kiss your ass. And I know, man, fuck this shit. I don't give a fuck that shit, man. I believe in being straight, real, raw, and up front with you, man. I want to get y'all some real shit, man. I don't want to be one of these podcasters that just come in and just trying to do some podcasting and say I'm gonna do something. We gonna do the politically correct, and we don't want to say, man, fuck that, fuck that. So I'm about to get ready to have to get up out of here because my daughter is calling me now, y'all, and I gotta get ready and go pick her up. Pick her up from work. I enjoyed this. We'll come back with part. We'll come back with part 3. We'll come back with part 3 of this, and we'll finish this up. Let me get ready and go because she keep calling me and it's gonna keep interrupting me while I'm talking to y'all. So let me jump out here. As always, I enjoyed it. I hope y'all check us out. Conclusion for the night is fuck them. They hating on you. Fuck them. Do what you do. Fuck them. That's what you say. Fuck them. Go do what you do. Don't care about what nobody else. Take care of your family because they ain't taking care of you. It's Mailman. And as always, you just rocked out with Mailman. Let's talk about it, baby. And I enjoyed this conversation with y'all because we just talked about it. And if you want to find out anything about Mailman, go to Mailman. Let's talk about it. I am Mailman, and we're going to rock out of here. I am mailman.com. And remember, man got 2 N's on the end of it. I am mailman.com. You can find out everything on the website. As always, I enjoyed the time. Thank y'all. I'm up out of here. Ciao. Peace. Let's end this broadcast and get ready to go get my baby from work. Hey.